Alright, are we all here? Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. Today we're doing Shop My Stash, getting a new everyday makeup drawer put together. I have so many things to talk about. So first of all, I've gotten requests because obviously I wear glasses. It's a little bit difficult to see my eye makeup in the videos. I've gotten requests to show you. Today we did a nice little orange eye look. I used the ColourPop Orange You Glad palette, which I'll explain why in a minute, but I'm wearing a Texas Chainsaw Massacre t-shirt and there's lots of little orange in it, so I decided to go for an orange look today, make it all about the t-shirt. This is a new t-shirt, I'm very excited. So yeah, I'm gonna go over the makeup that I've been using, give you a couple updates about that, give you a couple like little speed reviews, things like that, and then we're gonna go pick out new makeup. My room is a disaster because I'm still working on switching over to my new little system here. I've got the shelves put in. I have most everything done, but there's still a few piles on the floor. So if you see the piles, they are being worked on and it will get done eventually. I'm putting the eyeshadow palettes, like in the face palettes, up like books. Some of them, not all of them. I'm putting some of them up like books on the shelves, and I realized I had nothing to like hold them up, so I ordered some acrylic bookends from Amazon, but I'm waiting for those to get here, and it's going to be a couple more days. So that is all still coming. It's just taking a little bit longer than I anticipated. Let's talk about some makeup. So my last Shop My Stash video, I picked out some products. A lot of those have changed. First of all, I would like to mention that once again, I find myself having a type, I guess. I find myself really like, you know, 2 concealers, 2 foundations, 2 primers, and I have some that I like to use in specific orders. So if I'm using the Touch in Sol No Problem Prime Essence, I really liked using that with the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in Linen, and then the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Concealer in Fair. That's what I'm wearing today. I really like this combination together. And then when I was using the Milk Makeup Blur Stick, I liked using that with the Smashbox Camera Ready BB Cream in Light Neutral with the First Aid Beauty Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer. This is a little yellow orangish for me, so if I use this, I almost feel like I have to use like a little bit of a darker concealer because obviously there's a shade difference there. So it ended up working out well for me, but on days that I would use this, I would kind of have to go like even deeper with my contour and things like that to make it look a little bit seamless. You know, it was a little dark for me, but I think I can kind of make it work. I was wearing it in a couple of my past videos, and I think it looked, like, especially on camera, it looked good enough, you know? So I'm trying to use those up. I don't know. I liked them together. I don't love using, like, darker shades, but, you know, I have so many, like, I just have, like, this mix of shade ranges for when I'm, like, super pale in the winter to when I'm ever so slightly tan in the summer, and it's just kind of a mix mash. And now because of how I have my foundation stored, I have about 15 that I need to try to use up, which that's an entire other video. I have a bag. I'm calling it the shit that doesn't fit bag, and we'll be talking about that. It'll have its own video coming soon. Okay, so for powders, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder in Vanilla. I like this. It's massive. It's 0.9 ounces. I only use this a couple times, and this is gonna have to go into the shit that doesn't fit bag because I already know it's not gonna fit. So luckily I do like it, but I feel like this is going to be a project in and of itself because this is such an oversized powder. So at the beginning of this last Shop My Stash, I had pulled out the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. I ended up hitting pan in that. So I brought in the NYX hashtag No Filter Finishing Powder. This was a dome. I actually got some pretty good usage out of this, but I kind of switched back and forth between, like, I used the e.l.f. until I had pan on it. I used this. I switched back and forth between the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and then in my Smashbox Cali Contour palette, because I'm trying to do a pan on every palette, I started using this shade as kind of a finishing powder. I only did it for a couple of days though. It's actually what I'm wearing today as a finishing powder. It's supposed to be a highlight, but it's not it's like a matte highlight. So for me, it kind of works as like just a nice finishing powder. So that's what I was using it for. I'm super proud of the usage that I have in this palette because I've got a lot of usage in this bronzer, in this highlight. There's a huge dip. We've got a nice little dip going in here. I used the blush a little bit. I'm thrilled with my progress in this. I didn't hit any pans in this, but there's always next time. I am going to switch it up. I'm going to switch to a different palette for the next couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll hit a pan and something there, but I liked this. I did. The ColourPop Drop of a Hat and the Becca Prosecco Pop. I love both of these. And this, I mean, this is disgusting. There's like brush hairs in it and everything because I used this with a brush, which was not my best idea. But I ended up getting a lot of really good usage out of these two. They're so beautiful. I feel like they actually complement each other really well because this is such a beautiful shade, but it almost has like a gold kind of shift to it almost. And then this is, they just complement each other so well, and I loved wearing them together because I thought it was so beautiful. So I did really enjoy those. And then the UOMA Double Take, I used this every day. I freaking loved this. This is how much I have left of the contour stick. I loved this though. It was so beautiful. I used this under my foundation. This is how much I have left of the highlight stick, which is about double. I use this under my foundation, then I use the Smashbox Cali Contour Powder on top of my foundation, and I love it. I think it gives you such a nice, like, just sun-kissed glow. It's beautiful. This is seriously one of my favorite contour sticks ever. For eyeshadows, I brought in 2 focus palettes for the week that I wanted to focus on for the pan in every palette project, and I ended up hitting pan in both of them. I hit pan in the Beach Babe shade, which is this like really deep matte shade in the Beauty Creations Cali Chic palette, and then in Too Faced Sweet Peach I hit pan in Luscious, which is a massively shimmer shade. So I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of both of those. And then after that was done, I literally hit pan in the last one 2 days ago, I think. So I've just been using whatever palette I've wanted to. Also for the lip product, I had brought in the Smashbox Be Legendary Cream Lipstick palette, and I ended up hitting pan in this shade right here. So after I hit pan in that, I just brought over random lip products. Today I'm wearing a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, and I just kind of used that throughout the week. And so this upcoming week, I'll have a couple more that like I'm going to focus on. The Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Matte. I love this setting spray. Then the rest of it was basically just eye products. I liked all of these. They all worked really well. I really found myself enjoying the Winky Lux Unibrow with the Milk Kush Fiber Brow. I liked both of those. I used that a lot more than I used the Morphe Brow Cream. And then for mascaras, I did this whole thing where I talked about this in my Instagram stories because I originally brought in a travel size. This is one of my best friends using. I keep an open mascara for her here that I switch out every 3 months. But I used a travel size of this, and the wand kept like shifting. It was really bizarre. I didn't like it. I kept feeling like it was gonna like break off and just mascara all over my face. So I ended up pulling out a different one, the oldest one that I had, and this morning it sucks. Like, I don't know if it's because it's so old because I've never used it before, but it is the oldest mascara that I have. It just doesn't perform very well. So I ended up switching to the Balm Mad Lash Black Mascara, which I've used today, and I like it so far. So this is going to be my mascara for the next 3 months, hopefully, unless something else changes. And then my best friend is using Tarte Big Ego. We actually just uploaded a video together on her channel, and it is completely unedited. And I have like a mini breakdown slap happy moment towards the end of it because I was incredibly tired, but it is definitely funny. So if you want to watch it, I'll leave it linked down below. But this is the one that she's going to be using for the next couple of months because I think I gave her a sample of this and she really liked it, whereas I've only ever tried the sample that I have and I did not like it. Okay, so now we are going to go pick out some new makeup. Like I said, I'm redoing everything, so all of the drawers have changed and it is a catastrophe. I'm still in the process of changing things. This is kind of a sneak peek, but not completely. Some things might be missing. Some things I'm gonna pick out from the Shit That Doesn't Fit bag, and it's just, we're gonna work with it this week. Hopefully next time I do a Shop My Stash video, it will be back to normal. It's new normal. Okay, so the first drawer is concealers and primers now. I've kind of tried to narrow it down to this, but of course this is not my entire collection. Therefore, I have a couple concealers, couple primers in the Shit That Doesn't Fit bag. So for concealer this week, I'm only going to pull out one from the Shit That Doesn't Fit bag. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. This is in the shade Light. Ideally, I'll be able to use this up because I've had this for a while and it's got to go, but I also don't know how much is left in it. I know I'm scraping the sides, so we'll have to see how it goes. And then for primer, both of these are also from the Shit That Doesn't Fit bag. The Touch and Soul No Pore Bloom Primer, I have 2 of these. You're going to see this primer a lot in the next couple of months because I've got 2 of them to try to work through. And then I'm also bringing back the Becca First Light Priming Filter because it's old as garbage and it's gotta go. So I'm ideally going to be removing these from my collection very soon. We just have to try to work through them. This next drawer is foundations and oversized products. I'm really trying to reduce the number of foundations that I have because foundations tend to go bad decently quickly and they take a long time to get through. I can go through them pretty quickly. I ended up using a lot of foundation up last year, but obviously I also don't want to have like a crazy amount because I have a weird thing for foundations. So I am picking out 2 foundations from the shit that doesn't fit bag. I'm going to try to use up some of the Perricone MD No Makeup Foundation Serum. The lighting is terrible over here. I'm so sorry. But we're going to try to use up some of this because it's got to go. This is fairly old and it keeps separating. So I've got to try to use up as much as I can of this before it disappears forever. And then I also have the Natasha Denona Transfer Matte Pore Vanishing Matte Foundation. This is in the shade Light Medium. I feel like this is going to be insanely dark on me, but I've got 2 bottles of this as well. And I've got to try to get through some of it. I ordered this from the BoxyCharm pop-up sale and they accidentally sent me 2. So we're going to see what we can do to work through some of this. Both of those foundations I have never tried before, even though they're in my collection too. For oversized products, once again, I think this is the last item from for this week that I'm pulling out from the shit that doesn't fit. But as you can see, I've got a couple Ciate London powders back here. And then I've got this one, the Ciate London Extraordinary Translucent Powder. This one doesn't fit. There's no room for it. And since I already have one of these, I'm going to go ahead and try to use this one up. There's not a ton of product left in here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use it up or not, but we'll have to see. Okay, I closed the curtain, so I feel like that's helping the lighting a little bit. I'm so sorry about that. For regular powder, I'm going to, I think I know what palette I want to pull out, so I'm going to leave the regular powder in here because the palette that I want to pull out has a powder, and then I already have the loose powder too. So we're skipping that this time. For bronzers, I feel like I definitely should get a bronzer. I just don't know which one. I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter. Let's see. You know what I haven't used in a while? The Fiona Styles Bronzing Sun Veil in a Hiko. I freaking love this. It is such a beautiful contour shade, and I think I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out this time because I have not shown this love in a while. And it's a fairly old bronzer too. So let's see if we can maybe get a little bit closer to pan in this so I don't feel like a crazy person for keeping it. All right, for blushes, I think I'm going to do a newer blush. I think I'm going to do one of the ColourPop. This is the Pressed Powder Blush in Secret Crush. I have not used this at all yet. This is from, I think, their holiday collection for this year. But I have not used this yet, and I'm very excited to try it out. It's such a pretty blush. So we're going to go ahead and give this a shot this time. And then we have the beautiful highlight drawer. I'm just going to reach in and pick one because what is this? This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Year of the Pig. Oh my gosh. I love this highlight so much. It is so stinking beautiful. Okay, yeah, I'm really excited about that actually. I completely forgot I had this one. And yeah, we got to use this one. We have to. And then for lip products, obviously the drawers are a little bit different now. So in this new setup, I've got lip treatments and then lip glosses, and the next one is lip pencils, liquid lipsticks, and then the one after that is lipsticks, and then the rest of my liquid lipsticks. And I'm going to pull out one from each drawer. So for glosses, I think I'm going to pull out the Too Faced Sweet Peach. I have not gotten to use this nearly enough. It is like fairly new because I bought it on mass discount. So we're going to go ahead and play around with this because it's so pretty, and I've been wanting to use it since I got it, and for whatever reason I just have not. Okay, for the lip pencils and liquid lipstick drawer, I think I'm going to go with, ooh, all right, I wasn't planning to go for this, but it's beautiful, so I'm going to go for it. This is the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte in Trendsetter. I'm going to pull this little guy out. And then for liquid lipsticks and regular lipsticks, I think I'm going to go for the Urban Decay. This is from the Born to Run collection, and this is 66, a Comfort Matte. So pretty. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one out. We're gonna do some nude lips this week apparently. Now we're gonna do the rest of this a little bit differently. This is one of my drawers of face palettes. Because I don't have everything set up yet, I'm gonna try to make like my picks this week as easy as possible. So I'm gonna pick just the first one. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Mini in Sculpture. This has no pans in it, but it does have like a powder, a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight. So we'll try to get some good use out of this. These are tiny pans, and I normally hit pan in these finishing powders really quickly. So cross your fingers for me. Maybe we'll get lucky this week. And then I've got some palettes stacked up. And once again, I want to try to make this as easy as possible myself since I don't have everything all organized yet. I don't really want to have to consult my list. So I'm just going to grab 2 palettes and we'll see if they've got pans in them or not. I've been really into these lately. I keep wanting to pull these out. This is the Curating Picante. This has no pans in it yet, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and pull this out. And then this is the Colored Rain Juicy Boost. This one is brand spanking new, no pans. So these are going to be what we focus on this week. We've got a bright colored one. We have kind of these sunset vibes. And I think this is a nice little mixture. And, you know, obviously get some use into these, see if we can check off any more out of our project pan. Okay, so here we get into kind of more of the messy side of the room. So we're just gonna get out some products. For eye primers, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the Alamar Cosmetics, the Pero Primero Primer. I just got this in a BoxyCharm recently, and I've been really interested in it because I've been really surprised by how much I've liked Alamar Cosmetics. So we'll go ahead and pull that out. And then from this little brow collection, I think we'll pull out this little guy that's hiding at the bottom. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Ebony Brow Powder Duo. So I'll go ahead and pull this out, see what we can make work with this. I've been liking the brow powders, so hopefully that continues. And then for the rest of these, I'm gonna reach in and I'm gonna grab something. We're gonna keep it very, very simple here. That's a brush. You can't see my face, but I'm not looking. All right, Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, perfect. And then in this little guy, we're gonna pull out the Trestique Line Sharpen and Smudge Eye Pencil in Santorini Black Sand. In this little guy, we're gonna pull out the ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liner in Kicker, which is a nice silver shade. And in this little guy, we're gonna pull out the Illamasqua Liquid Liner in Black. So, a few different options there, perfect. Obviously, lashes and mascara, we're not picking anything out of here. I have my mascara, and when I need lashes, I will get them. And then the rest of the drawers now are editorial makeup, and then it's just a mess on the floor. All right, and then for setting spray, once again, I'm gonna reach behind me and pick something at random. Oh, no, that's funny. Urban Decay All Nighter. I'll take it. It works. So, I have to get comfortable. Okay. Okay, so obviously, my intention here is to get some use out of these damn products, which will happen anyways, but there are some from the shit that doesn't fit bag that I am trying to use up. Some of them are brand new, and some of them are almost empty. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I have high hopes though, because without high hopes, what do you got? I don't know, because I'm over here with my high hopes. Okay, so the palettes I am pretty confident about. Like the Curating Picante palette, I've got some pretty good like usage in, obviously. So ideally, I'll be able to hit pan on something very soon. The Juicy Boost one I'm a little bit more concerned about because there's a lot of mattes in there. Mattes are obviously harder to hit pan on. I normally hit pan on my setting shade or some type of shimmer shade first. We'll have to see how that goes. The Hourglass palette I have no concerns about. I've used up so many of these palettes before. These pans are so tiny. This one, especially the finishing powder pan, they don't take very long for me to, I mean, if nothing else, hit pan on. So I have ridiculously high hopes for that. Okay. But yeah, so ideally, obviously, I'll be able to get some good usage out of some of this stuff. Hopefully move a few things out of my collection. But if nothing else, just make sure that I'm enjoying the makeup that I have. I don't want to get like too much talking into like panning stuff. My plan, if you've been here so long, my plan is to obviously do my project pans, which is the pan on every palette, so focus on that, the 365 days of samples. And then I think I'm going to, for like the shit that doesn't fit bag, I think I'm going to end up just like picking out one product at random, using that till it's gone, so I don't get too focused on the bag. So this is the only week where you're probably going to end up seeing more than one product at a time, just because, why not? Like this is beyond... Well, the foundations have never been discussed before here on my channel. So this is probably going to be the only time that you see, because I don't want to get like too bogged down and too overwhelmed like I normally do. So from here on out, it'll be a little less panning claustrophobic, but still with a slight focus on panning. All right. Yeah, that's my makeup for the next 2 weeks. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Let me know down below what makeup you guys are going to be using for the next short little while. What is in your everyday makeup drawer? What are you shopping your stash for? Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the bigger subscribe button if you'd like to see more of me. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.